Welcome to Hong Kong Brief. The content of the briefing includes Inside Hong Kong's Secretive Tactics to Muzzle, Discredit Dissent. Huawei phone shows China is replacing US suppliers of 5G tech. New COVID vaccines are now available in Australia. Do you need one? Sportswear makers $282 million Hong Kong dollars property bet sinks shares. Stock market today, Asian shares mixed after Wall Street hits 2023 high. Inside Hong Kong's Secretive Tactics to Muzzle, Discredit Dissent. Bloomberg. Hong Kong activist Agnes Chow has detailed the methods used by Hong Kong's National Security Police to regain her passport. Chow was offered the chance to leave Hong Kong and study in Canada, but only if she renounced her activist past. She accepted the deal, including a trip to mainland China where she praised the Communist Party and disavowed her previous actions. Hong Kong officials have reacted strongly, with Chief Executive John Lee calling her a liar and a hypocrite and stating that she will be pursued for life unless she turns herself in. This comes as Hong Kong actively seeks high-profile protesters overseas, placing bounties on the heads of democracy activists and arresting those who were involved in the 2019 protests. These tactics are damaging Hong Kong's international reputation and hindering the government's efforts to restore the city's position as a finance hub, experts have warned. Chow, who suffers from anxiety, PTSD, panic attacks, and depression, has no regrets about her past actions but is now focused on healing. Huawei phone shows China is replacing US suppliers of 5G tech. Bloomberg. Huawei's Mate 60 Pro smartphone has shown significant progress in China's domestic design and engineering of radio frequency chips, according to research firm Tech Insights. The device uses RF switches from Maxend Microelectronics and power amplification modules from Beijing On Microelectronics, which are typically provided by US suppliers Skyworks Solutions and Qorvo. Tech Insights suggests that the architecture of the smartphone, which enables communication with base stations, has been tailored for the Chinese industry and indicates collaboration between Huawei and its suppliers. The findings demonstrate that Huawei's hardware is capable of competing with the world's best, even without access to US suppliers. New COVID vaccines are now available in Australia. Do you need one? ABC. Australia has started administering new COVID-19 booster shots, known as monovalent Omicron XBB 1.5 vaccines. These vaccines contain just one strain of COVID-19 and are expected to offer improved protection against the Omicron variant. The vaccines are being distributed to pharmacies and GPs across Australia and are available to all adults who received their last vaccine dose or had a COVID-19 illness more than 6 months ago. The booster shots are recommended for people over 65 and those with underlying health conditions, while people aged 17 to 64 are advised to consider getting a booster. Sportswear makers $282 million Hong Kong dollars property bet sinks shares. Bloomberg. Shares of Chinese sportswear maker Li Ning Co. Limited fell by as much as 16% on Monday after the company announced plans to buy a commercial building in Hong Kong for $282 million. Investors were unimpressed with the decision, as they believed the company could have used the money for special dividends or share buybacks instead. Li Ning's stock is down over 70% this year, making it the worst performer on Hong Kong's Hang Seng China Enterprises Index. Stock market today, Asian shares mixed after Wall Street hits 2023 high. Yahoo! Asian stocks were mixed on Monday, following Wall Street's lead, which reached a 20-month high. The week ahead includes essential U.S. inflation data and the Federal Reserve's final rate decision of the year. U.S. futures were lower, and oil prices rose to recover some of the sharp losses in recent months. In China, leaders agreed at an annual planning meeting to boost spending to accelerate the country's economy, though details were not provided. turnout slumps to record low of 27.5% in Hong Kong Patriots-only poll. Al Jazeera. Hong Kong's first Patriots-only district council elections resulted in a record low turnout of just 27.5%. All opposition candidates were excluded from the ballot in the wake of Beijing's imposition of a national security law and an overhaul of the territory's electoral systems. The previous record low turnout was 35.8% in 1999. The number of directly elected seats was cut by nearly 80%, and all candidates were required to undergo national security checks and secure nominations from 2 pro-government committees. Security around polling stations was tight, with more than 10,000 police deployed. Voter turnout plunges below 30% in Hong Kong election after rules shut out pro-democracy candidates. The Toronto Star. Voter turnout in Hong Kong's district council elections was below 30%, the lowest since the city returned to Chinese rule in 1997. The low turnout was attributed to new electoral rules that effectively shut out all pro-democracy candidates. Under the new rules, candidates must secure endorsements from government-appointed committees, making it virtually impossible for pro-democracy candidates to run. Beijing loyalists are expected to take control of the district councils following the elections. Critics argue that the low turnout reflects public sentiment towards the Patriots-only system and the government's crackdown on dissent. Thai tycoon leads $100 million fund for Southeast Asia property. Bloomberg. Shechavel Jiyaravanan, a member of Thailand's richest family, is partnering with Hong Kong-based asset manager Wonder Capital Group to invest in luxury real estate in Southeast Asia. The new investment pool, CMAG Funds, plans to raise up to $100 million to invest in high-end properties in the region. CMAG's first investment will be Cambodia's tallest building, Mesong. Shechavel believes that the demand for luxury properties in Southeast Asia will remain strong, regardless of interest rate hikes. Hong Kong Patriots-only election falls flat with record low turnout. Reuters. Hong Kong's Patriots-only district election, which excluded opposition Democrats from the ballot, had a record low voter turnout of 27.5%. Many voters saw the election as undemocratic and chose not to participate. The decline in turnout is attributed to Beijing's imposition of a national security law and an overhaul of the electoral system to exclude Democrats and liberals. Turnout was at a record high of 71% during the last such election in 2019. For this election, directly elected seats were reduced by 80% and candidates had to undergo national security background checks. Some pro-democracy and non-pro-establishment groups failed to meet the requirements. Several individuals were arrested for alleged offenses related to the election, including inciting others to disrupt the polls. Hong Kong's leader defended the legitimacy of the election, citing the need for stability in the city. Hong Kong small brokers push for new rules to revive IPOs. Bloomberg. Smaller brokers and advisors in Hong Kong have formed the Association of Hong Kong Capital Market Practitioners to urge the government for more support as the city struggles with a lack of initial public offerings and weak trading. The group is hoping to encourage regulators to loosen the tight grip they have put on the city's small-cap market, claiming authorities are too focused on the needs of big business. Since 2014, over 96 local brokers have ceased trading. Where did all the Hong Kong neon go? Japan Times. The government's crackdown on neon signs in Hong Kong is not just about safety and environmental concerns, but also represents the fading of the city itself. The neon signs have been a symbol of the city's vibrant and bustling atmosphere, and their removal signifies the decline of Hong Kong's unique identity. The article describes the various types of businesses that are associated with these neon signs, such as pawnbrokers, tea houses, and Chinese medicine emporiums. The removal of the neon signs is seen as a literal extinguishing of the city's brash and flashy image. Jack Ma's biggest e-commerce rival is coming for Amazon. Bloomberg. Pinduoduo has overtaken Alibaba as the most valuable e-commerce company in China. Pinduoduo, or PDD, was founded in 2015 and has since become a serious competitor to Alibaba and JD.com. After Jack Ma, Alibaba's founder, praised Pinduoduo, PDD's market valuation surpassed Alibaba's for the first time ever. By incorporating features from game companies, PDD has made online shopping more interactive and social. Users can find bargains by telling friends about deals or spinning roulette wheels and raising virtual fish. PDD, which has over 48 million monthly average users in the US, has also launched its hit shopping app Temu, which rivals Amazon and Walmart. The app made a splash in the US with its Super Bowl ad and has quickly become one of the most downloaded apps in the country. Casting a ballot in a Hong Kong election that exposes the political apathy caused by Beijing's tightening grip. The Globe and Mail. The recent district council elections in Hong Kong were described as one of the least democratic in the city's history. The new electoral system, introduced after Beijing imposed a national security law, drastically reduced participation and only allowed patriots to run for office. Many pro-democracy candidates were disqualified or forced to resign, leaving unelected government bureaucrats in charge. The lack of engagement from voters highlights the alienation of the previously highly engaged voter base in Hong Kong, where political life has become increasingly stifled under Beijing's rule. Singapore narrows the gap with Hong Kong on real estate deals. Bloomberg. Singapore is on track to overtake Hong Kong as the preferred destination for real estate deals in Asia due to a series of factors including its status as a wealth haven. Hong Kong has suffered from a prolonged property downturn and a lack of demand and supply, leading to distressed sales, while Singapore has seen an influx of wealth and talent, driving demand for offices and pushing up home prices. Singapore's real estate assets have maintained strong capital growth, while Hong Kong's assets are increasingly traded at a loss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.